Hello, everyone. I welcome to History 102. I want to go over the instructions for this French Revolution newspaper. First, I did provide the first chapter. It should be under the beginning of the module, so you'll see like a little link where you can download it. Let me see if I could find it for you right away. So it will be located. So when you first enter the module, remember that you have to work your way through the module. So here, where all the competencies are at, it says down here, download, and there's the the chapter for this particular module. Remember to get the book as soon as possible because I can only scan so much due to copyright law, so I won't be able to copy any more chapters after the first chapter for the French Revolution. So what I want you to do in this assignment is to look at the French Revolution through the lens of a particular class. That is the goal. If you ever watch the news today, every news organization, whether it be Fox News or CNN or MSNBC, they all have their kind of political philosophy when they interpret the news, right? So there's, the same thing happened, but they all look at it from different lenses. So this is the way I want you to look at the event such as the French Revolution. One key thing that I want you to do is incorporate direct quotes from the reading. All the examples that you're going to use in this class have to come from our textbook. It's the only source that you have that's required. So please do not go onto websites or any other source to get information. All you need is what's in our textbook, and there's more than enough information in there. So quickly, let me go over the instructions and I'll go over some things. So you're writing a newspaper article and you're each assigned a particular section. So you're not writing about the entire French Revolution. You're writing about a very specific part. I did give you a template if you would like to use it. But your paper should look like a newspaper, and that's what the template does. You're each assigned a particular section. So if you click here under announcements, you will see your name associated with a group, with a perspective, and you'll also see that you're assigned a particular section. So again, you're not writing on the entire French Revolution. So again, click there, and then they'll take you to another page where it has your name next to the section. You're being graded individually, so there's no need to contact any class members. So again, I put the link there again in case you don't know your perspective. But these are the 5 different perspectives that you're assigned: the causes, the economics, the major events, key people, lasting effects. So each one of you were assigned one of these, not all of them. I did provide somewhat of a, it's not a great example, but it's just something to give you a reference in case it's helpful. And this is from an old class, so don't follow it. Don't follow directly because they're not using direct quotes, and which is a requirement that you have. But you can see, the pictures they use and how they put some information there, and then the titles and stuff like that. So be creative when you do this. In regards to the integration of sources, I want you to incorporate direct quotes to justify your statements, to support it. So you had the assignment on the quote sandwich and the art of quoting, so you can go back to those first assignments to refresh your mind, but I did provide an example here of how to do it. So let me read you this quick example. It says, "When we arrived to New York, we saw the splendor of the urban jungle and all that it had to offer. Trolleys took us, quote," this is a direct quote from the book, "to and from work," unquote. "But on weekends, we flocked to Coney Island where we could, quote, socialize, compete in carnival games, and listen to band concerts, ... Then it has brackets offering us an inexpensive, more brackets, opportunity to mingle with the opposite sex away from the prying eyes, more brackets, of our families and neighborhoods," unquote. And then it has a citation. This is for a different class, so your citation will be a little bit different. It will follow this example, Levock page, wherever your information comes from. Then the sentence continues, "We felt free to do what we wanted, no longer worrying about what others might think of our behavior." So this kind of explains what's happened here, but quickly, just to explain to you. Number one, Don't just take a direct quote from the book and attach it, assuming that it answers the question. You need to weave it into your narrative. A lot of times students just take a direct quote and use it as a complete sentence. It's a grammar issue, so you can't do that. As you can see here, the student says, trolleys took us, then has quote, to and from work, right? Another thing that you see in this quote is that it has ... So this quote was actually a really long quote. And the student left some stuff out that wasn't important to the point that he wanted to get across. And that's what they use the ... They just use what they need, because if not, it would have been a really long paragraph and they might have had information that wasn't really relevant to the point that they want to get across, which is this whole idea of going out to have fun. They also have brackets. So sometimes the way the quote is structured doesn't fit the tense of your voice. So you make a few changes. As you can see here, the student changes the tense. So I think it said like offered and inexpensive. So the student changed that to offering us, right? To kind of fit the voice, but put it in brackets, telling the reader that they changed it. Didn't change the context, but they just changed the wording. Over here it says from the prying eyes. I can't remember what word it used, but it used a completely different word. But again, it has the same context. So I think because it just sounded better to use the word prying eyes, that's why they changed it. But again, they put it in brackets, telling the reader, I changed the word, but I did not change the context. The citation, right, again, it tells you how to cite. And then the last sentence provides some analysis. So why am I using this quote, right? I need to address why am I using it. So it says here, we felt free to do what we wanted, kind of challenging the social standards of the era. So that's what I want you to do when you write this. It's going to take some time. You need to be creative, right? Because you're writing it from a particular perspective. And this is part of the reason why I give you this sample right here, because I think this student did a really good job capturing the sentiment of the perspective that they were assigned. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email, but make sure to meet all the expectations, word counts and stuff like that, because otherwise I will not grade it. So yeah, if you want me to proofread, you got to email it to me at least 24 hours before it's due, because I need time to review, to give feedback, and to send it back to you. All right. So if you have questions, send me an email. Otherwise, I wish you luck.